Hello and welcome Battleforge community. Today I am back with another replay, and this is going to be another rPvE strategy that I really enjoyed playing. Yeah, this was pretty much affected by the recent balancing changes. There has been a pretty huge patch 2 weeks ago, and this one included lots of stuff, new cards, new PvE preset. You can face fire enemies now, and also quite some balancing changes, and one of them affected the Comet Catcher, which was essentially a cooldown decrease and a range increase. So this kind of enables the strategy that I want to show you here, which is the Comet Catcher delivery system. Essentially, you will just run around with like a Thunder Wagon or a bunch of Ember Strikes and nuke any camp with those Comet Catchers. But we'll get to that later. For now, we do the standard tier 1 clear, making sure that we save the low HP nomads. And I think we also need to get back here because that's a little bit too much for my units here, but it's okay. We cannot take those powers that early. At least we cannot do this safely because the next camp is pretty close. This is the map of the month. That's why I know this. Yeah, let's just do one eruption to increase clear speed a little bit because I really don't want to take an eternity to do this clear efficiently. Just need to make sure that at least one squad stays alive. I'll leave this one just in case. Ideally, you want the archers to stay alive. Maybe we can turn. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we got this this one frozen. I think we can put this a little ahead so the tower triggers without anything. Yeah, that's ideal because usually this tower is in range to take the power. And yeah, I don't want to take it. I want to tank too much damage, but I can use the nomads with their healing ability. And stack 2 mines, and then we just engage the camp here. Okay, there we go. Now we can just pull that camp. Both mines triggering, and also those birds will go a little bit further, so I can hit them easily with the double eruption and advance to destroy this the spawner. Also just placing down a mine because there's a path towards the tier 4 camp which will send a spawner. Yeah, those vanguards are a little bit annoying, and I might lose a nomad, but that's okay. That's not that big of a deal. Ideally you don't lose anything, but yeah. We need to get rid of the spawn wave over here, so we just take a little bit of time, remove that, and also build up our tier 2. So all other waves will target that one, and my tier 1 is kind of safe. This is very important to make sure that there is enough time for us here to get to tier 3, build up our MI monument without spending too much extra power. I think this is from the spawn wave, so this should delay the next income, which is great. I take this orb over here, simply to just redirect the spawn waves. Usually you want to take power wells first and then orbs if possible, because it's just much more efficient. These things have a long-term payoff if you get them earlier. Yeah, unfortunately, only one of the nomads can attack, but that is fine. Just don't want to have these things distracting. Next spawn waves over here. I'm using the mine scouting. Is this the camp? No, it's not moving, right? If it shows enemy nearby, there's a unit. Even though I don't have vision, there's something that I can tell for sure. Just switching to make sure that my nomads don't die. And okay, the wave is coming, so I place the mine down here. I hope it hits the vanguards. Not just one of them. But it's okay. We get both powers. This is what we want. It's very important to get your economy up as early as possible. On this map, it's not that easy because there was this close camp and there's also a tier 4 camp getting triggered with the spawn waves. All like camps that are close to the camp that I attack are sending out those spawners. But it's not that big of a deal. Getting a second fire orb. And also a construction hut over here. Should be fine. And yeah, that's our basic setup. So now we can just start talking about the real strategy that is getting used here, which revolves around those Comet Catchers. First of all, I really need to buff them up, and I will use the Sky of Sage for this. And this is also the reason why we have the AI Monument. We essentially will build this one after our Shrine of War, which is pretty essential. After one Shrine of War, we will build an AI Monument and switch to Frost, so we can play like about 3 of those Sky of Sages, or just play as many as you want. It just should match the number of the Comet Catchers that you want to play later on. And yeah, that is. Oh, let me retreat here. That's too much. I might use Silver Winds. I don't want to. Might be necessary. Not sure. Yeah, let's just use them. I think my nomads need help. I think delaying is okay here. I don't want to lose stuff. But yeah, I will use the Sky of Sages, then switch back with the MI Monument, because orb switching with MI Monuments is essentially free, because this toggle ability will give its power back, making it super efficient. Like I spent 140 power to play that orb, to get it. And since it's a toggle ability, 100% of this will go into the void over here. And with this Shrine of War, I can refund it pretty quickly. So overall, this is super good and efficient. Like if you want to do anything with orb switching, MI Monument is the way to go. And since I have the construction hut for a building-based strategy, this is even better because I can reduce the MI Monument cost. I can reduce the construction speed. So yeah, pretty much ideal. Okay, that's the next wave. We have our Shrine of War ready, so we'll also activate it. I don't want to lose the Silver Winds too early, because I need them for the initial comets. But we can use those Sky of Sages to get rid of some of those units. Now we have 3 of them. Kinda should be enough. If you have a longer... Oh, just let me protect this one, I think. Don't want to lose the Shrine. So I can ignore the Vanguard a little longer and clear those units. Those waves are pretty heavy on the map, but it's okay. But now we can switch back to fire and prepare our comet catchers. With that range increase, it is completely fine to build them over here and get into the last camp of an rPvE 1-player map. Might be a little bit more difficult for multiplayer maps because they simply are a little bit larger. So range might be an issue. Range cap. And after playing the first Comet Catcher, I will also switch towards my second Shrine. I think it is okay to have 1 Comet Catcher before you play the second Shrine. But yeah, you definitely want to at some point, so yeah. So this Comet Catcher is ready. You could use it here, but I don't want to. I'll just send this one down. And also attach one of those. Let me get... I was a little too slow. This is why you should use hotkeys, by the way, and not those clicks. So you can just be a little bit more efficient with those placements. We can also activate our Shrine. No, we can't. It's on cooldown, but we can wait for it. If you play this ideally, you can sync it up with the Shrine that you have and get the void refund. But yeah, didn't work out so well. Next Comet Catcher. Also getting a little bit rid of unnecessary tools in my hotkey bar. I really want to have those Comet Catchers available, and we also switch towards the Ember Strike for the next deliveries. Yeah, we don't need to attack anymore. Activate the shrine, and now we can start. I think it is very important to get that early game done as clean as possible. Makes it so much easier. We'll use this Comet Catcher for the spawn wave. And I think, yeah, this one isn't off cooldown, but we can always use another Ember Strike here to remain spawn presence until the Comet Catcher is ready. Now we just need to stay over here. And I think getting rid of the Ember Strike soon is good, because we want to switch to the Fire Dragon. We have 3 Comet Catchers here. That is enough for, at least for rPvE 9. Okay, there we go. Boom. We can still walk over to this area and clear it before moving to the T4 camps. We should have those Shrine of Wars in our hotkey bar and the 3 Comet Catchers. This is the way you want to play it, but yeah, it didn't turn out to be perfect for me. Yeah, okay, that was fine. That Ember Strike was not necessary. Should just stay around here. And yeah, everything's down. We don't need that Ember anymore. And we prepare that Thunder Wagon. Also 1 Comet here to make sure that we can get rid of those waves and ignore them. And now this Thunder Wagon will go into the next camp and start attacking. And yeah, that is just the main concept. We're using a disenchant here so it does not get affected by those dragons. And then we move from camp to camp, throw in those comets, activate the shrine. That is very important. And those will have an impact. Once the Thunder Wagon goes down, it's not a big issue. You just play the next one. Just play those spells. And there it goes. Next one. I think we can also just play 1 Comet Catcher again to remain with a clean defense. You really shouldn't lose those Sky Elves anymore. Oh, that is a little annoying. Yeah, that should be fine. Also think we need a little bit of extra power from those comets. Now we can move towards this. And yeah. Wonderful. I will play an Ice Barrier over here to make sure that we remain spawn presence in this area. And after clearing the initial camps with those Thunder Wagons, maybe this was a little too far. Hope I didn't kite them. That was a little too far. I missed. I'll also get rid of this one. But it's okay. Okay, this fire bomb was a little unnecessary, but not that big of a deal. I will use my spells here and also 1 comet to keep everything alive. And we'll move into the next camp. Don't want to waste too much time. And now we can use the Ember Strikes here to remain this presence in this area for as long as we want. I don't want to start with this very early, because charges are a limitation for them. So yeah, that should be enough. Okay, there it goes. We can just regenerate. Also using the Mind Scouting, and there should be some enemies nearby, because that Zimbabwe boss should survive this initial amount of burst. But we have Ember Strikes that are a direct counter. Getting rid of this building, and then we move up. Also just, yeah, this one was cleared entirely. And now we can just do the same thing again. Use those comets, use the Ember Strike spawn animation to keep presence in those camps here. We might use... Yeah, let's use a spell here. Also activate Shrine. And there we go. That is so fun to play. yeah, we have this boss camp over here available. And we need an Ember Strike spawn. And now we play all the spells that are necessary. Also need to make sure that there is this frostbite on the Equestrian Twins, because the bosses are affected by the damage loss. The damage, what is it? Like amplification? Yeah, that's probably the right thing. So you want to play them onto those boss units to make sure that you have a very smooth clear. Switching Thunder Wagon. There we go. Boom. Another one should be here. And there we go. Zimbabwe is down. And now we use the refreshed comets again to clear the Equestrian Twins. I mean, you can use the spells here. Just make sure that the frostbite is ready once those comets come into the area. And there we go. That was it. That was an rPvE 9 in 60 minutes. So, yeah, 60 minutes, 22 seconds. I think you can be a little bit faster. Sometimes I was a little bit off with the execution, but I think the strategy can be really fun to play. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching the video. I will present more rPvE strategies in the future. And yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.